In case you haven't seen this, Ronaldo on Instagram wrote, "They know the truth when they interview in a couple of weeks. The media telling lies. I've got a notebook. And in the last few months, of the 100 news I made, only 5 were right. Imagine how it is. Stick with that tip." Oh. Right. Well, dear diary. Rob Dawson is still with us, Frank LeBoeuf as well. Right, Rob, let's start off with this 2 weeks thing. That seems a bit weird.
Yeah, very. The first question is, why wait 2 weeks? Also, this has been rumbling on for the best part of 2 months. You know, he's got a huge social media following. He's got millions of followers on Twitter and on Instagram. If he wants to put something right, then he's got the audience and the platform to do it. You know, if he doesn't want to leave Man United, just come out and say that you don't want to leave. This has been going on for months and months. It would have been very, very easy for him to solve this and to put it all to bed. And instead, we're still talking about it, still speculating, and you know, the reasons why he has to wait 2 weeks will only be known to him.
Well, I suppose, in theory, at the end of the transfer window, we'll know where he is, and then he'll explain all in a lovely interview. Don't think it's with us. Rob, then there also seems to be conflicting stories coming out from United regarding whether or not they want to keep him.
Yeah, I mean, their stance all the way through the summer has been that he's not for sale, that he's got a year left on his contract, and they expect him to honour that. There was even talk earlier from Ten Hag that he could even extend his contract. The thing that's changed in the last couple of days is that there's a sense that stance may be softening. That Ten Hag has looked at Ronaldo and realised how unhappy he is. You know, Ten Hag is very big on team unity. He needs everyone pulling together, particularly after the start to the season that they've had. And if one guy is desperate to leave, that affects the whole morale and the spirit in the dressing room. And there is a sense now that Ten Hag is starting to think that maybe the best thing for everyone is for Ronaldo to leave. That the issue that he's got is that if he does leave, who scores the goals? Because there aren't a lot of goals in that team as it is. He's already short up front, and you're letting a guy leave who is a proven goal scorer. Even last season, in a dreadful team, scored goals. So it's not as easy as Ten Hag just deciding that, you know, the time's right for him to go. It would need to be handled in the right way, and someone would probably have to come in. But there is a sense from United's end that maybe their stance about selling him or letting him go is softening slightly.
This is tricky, isn't it, Stevie? That balance, as Rob says, you know, he's the man who gets you all the goals, but he's also the man who's walking around making notes.
I think at the end of the day, you've got a superstar who really is not happy, who wants away.
Right.
I think sometimes Manchester United and Ten Hag have to say, you know what, forget everything else. We have to start again, and we have to clear the decks. And the first thing you have to do is build some team unity, build a team that is going to go out and fight together.
Okay. And so Ronaldo's not part of that plan?
To do that, you have to get rid of people like Ronaldo. Right. Because he's going to scupper all that. That's where they are now. They have to start again. And the first thing you have to do as a coach is get everybody fighting together as a unit. That's the very start.
Where are the fans on this, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, that is interesting, because usually when a Man United player makes it very, very clear they want to leave, the United fans will let him have it, you know, particularly the away fans. But what we've seen in the first 2 games of the season is Ronaldo get very, very good receptions. You know, he got a great reception before the Brighton game at Old Trafford, and he got a great reception as well at Brentford before the game, obviously not after the game, after the disaster that unfolded there. I think that's probably part of the legacy that he's developed at Old Trafford more than anything. And we saw it, you know, towards the end of last season that Paul Pogba got an awful lot of criticism from match-going United fans because he'd made it very, very clear he wanted to leave, and Ronaldo hasn't really been subjected to that. You know, they've got very, very long memories at Man United, and they will never forget what Ronaldo did for them before he went to Real Madrid. You know, he almost single-handedly scored the goals to win Premier League titles. He won the Champions League. He became the best player in the world at Old Trafford, and they won't ever forget that. Obviously, there's a little bit of disappointment that this appears to be ending in the way that it will do. But again, they won't ever forget what he's done, and he will remain a club legend regardless of what happens in the next 2 weeks of the window.
Frank, this must be horrible for a dressing room.
It is horrible, and again, you know, they don't learn their lessons, and we always say that, you know, if you're a coach, a general manager, or chairman, if a player doesn't want to stay, you cannot keep him. That's the rule number one, because that's going to be a problem in the dressing room. And I 100% agree with Stevie. If there are like 5, 6 players who don't want to stay, put them out of the dressing room, start over with something, because at the end of the day, 2 games, 2 losses. They last in the Premier League table. So what can be worse? Nothing. Now, nothing can go worse than that. So get rid of the players you don't want, sell them, and start over. And I'm sure he's going to get better, because he only can get better. But he's not. But he can get worse if you keep the players who don't want to stay. So the dressing room, as Stevie said, has to be clean. You have to clean the desk and make sure that you can work. You can properly work. That's what it is for Ten Hag. Make sure you work properly. So get rid of Ronaldo if he doesn't want to stay, and if others don't want to stay, do the same.
It must be so toxic.
Absolutely, especially when you have a guy that keeps a journal of the 100 stories and only 5 of them are true. If this is what you're doing with your spare time, come on, Cristiano. Now, in terms of maybe there are 5, 6 players that don't want to be there, right? Okay, I'm willing to accept that. But there's only one Cristiano Ronaldo.
Right.
And he is the one with the highest profile. And this soap opera of Cristiano Ronaldo will not end and will not go away unless he is gone. Unless he gone for good from Manchester United, because this conversation will continue to recycle itself one way or another. And I said from the very beginning, one of the things that Ten Hag had to get right from the very start, if indeed this was a rebirth, a restart project, was get rid of the baggage. And Cristiano Ronaldo, his presence alone, if he is walking around sulking, if he is walking around wanting to leave, that is gigantic baggage. So there is no other solution here other than see you later.
Right.
Thanks for what you've done for the club, but the club is going in a different direction. And as Frank just so eloquently put it just now, it cannot get any worse.
Yeah.
You're last of last of last. Last in the Premier League. So at this point, you have to start looking ahead and not hanging on to the past.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.